Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, thank you for tuning in. 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. You might remember when we used to do the Veteran Show years ago, there was a gentleman who would come in by the name of Ron, and Ron owned a print shop over in the Six Gun Plaza, and he has since passed away, by the way. But he was a veteran, and of course, the Veteran Show always had veterans on it, and he would come in here with one message. He's looking for workers, and he would only hire veterans. That was his policy. And he would always say, because the veterans are already disciplined, they already know how important it is to have a good work ethic, etc. So if you are a veteran, the first thing is thank you for your service. The second thing is, if you need a job, I have some good news for you, but you're going to have to get down to Orlando like now. Let's see. The Orlando Veterans Job Fair is right now. It started about 5 minutes ago from 11 a.m. today till 3 p.m. It's at the is that the Heaven Event, Robin? The Heaven Event Center.
Yes.
At 8240 Exchange Drive, and I'll repeat that later on. We have on the phone Adam O'Toole. He is the Director of Partner Relations for Recruit Military, and I think I have their their logo on the streaming video that we're doing as we talk to Adam. Good morning, Adam. It's an honor to have you on our show.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate you having us.
And thank you for your service.
Yeah, greatly appreciate that.
What does MOS stand for?
Military Occupational Specialty. It's essentially your job title code in the military.
Oh, okay. And see, that shows that I'm not a veteran. Okay, so I already have that in my list of in my resume, right?
Correct. I mean, if you're a military veteran and you're coming out of the service, you'll have it on your DD-214, and chances are you'll have it on your resume as well. Okay, so does that give you the information you need to know which job in the private sector or public sector in this world would be I'd be best suited for? Yeah, I mean, it's something that you've done in the military. That's what you've been trained in. That's one of your jobs. Obviously, keeping in mind that many military veterans have a variety of different jobs while they're in the military, so they may have more than one MOS while they serve. But when they get out, they can essentially use that MOS code to translate what jobs in the civilian force exist in that field. So the job fair is happening right now. Are you at the event? My colleague Taylor Livesay is actually running the event at Heaven Event Center today, so she's there on the ground running the event for us, and she'll be there to talk to any candidates that show up. Okay, and what should they bring with them? If I guess in general, what should they bring? Sure. So, I mean, we have 47 companies that are there today. Dress to impress, bring resumes with you. Be prepared to talk about your experience in the military. It may not even be a bad idea to go to the website, see what companies are there. A lot of their jobs are posted on our site, so you can have a better idea as to what they're looking for. But a lot of these companies will do on-the-spot interviews. So don't be too nervous. You know, these companies are here because they want to hire military veterans, but come there ready to have a conversation to bridge that gap between what you did in the military and what these civilian companies are looking for.
And is this new tool a job search function key?
Is this new, you said?
Yes. Is this a job tool? Can you access this job tool? If a person cannot come to the event today, would they be able to use this MOS job search tool to see what happened at the event, what companies were there, and put in their application that way?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we have 2 Orlando events in a year, so if they can't make it today, they can obviously make it to the next physical event. But in the meantime, what we have is our job board, which we've had for quite some while now, but we just recently partnered with Google. They came and implemented their cloud talent solution technology into our job board, which essentially makes it a whole lot easier for you to plug in your MOS to the job board, and it will create a more accurate pool of jobs that are applied to what you did in the military, opposed to when I got out in 2008. You know, I was infantry, so I would plug in 11 Bravo, which is the MOS code, and it would come back and say, do you want to be a cop or do you want to be a cop? Nowadays, this new technology, it's saying, okay, you were in the infantry, you were a sergeant, you had attention to detail, you had leadership skills, you had millions of dollars underneath your name, and it takes all that information and it says, okay, there are more jobs out there than just being a police officer that this gentleman will apply for. So it gives you a much more accurate and detailed pool of jobs that will apply to what you did in the military opposed to what you've had in the past.
Okay, so I went to the website. I want to say something. The Orlando Veterans Job Fair is happening right now, but it looks like the jobs could be here in Ocala unless you want to relocate. I found a central sterile technician at Ocala Regional Medical Center. I mean, that sounds like a good job.
Correct. And I mean, the job fair, obviously being in Orlando, we have about 125 of these across the country, but the job board that you just utilized is more of a national approach. Whereas if you're in Orlando or near Orlando and you're looking for something maybe a little outside of Orlando in a different city, that job board gives you the capability to go in there, plug in a zip code, and find opportunities no matter wherever you're looking.
Okay, so let's say I go down there without having looked at the website in advance. Would there be somebody who could sit with me and guide me so that I could maybe, I don't know, have a few choices of what I'd like to apply for?
Yeah, definitely. When you get down there, we have our partner DAV, Disabled American Veterans. They're there to help military veterans with their claims with the VA, benefits with the VA, so they can help you out when it comes to getting you squared away on that front. And then our event director, Taylor Levsay, if you find her at the event and say, hey, I'm new here, I just recently got out, I'm just looking for a new job, here's where my experience is, here's where my interests lie, where would you point me? What would be some organizations that would be my best place to start? She'll be more than happy to make sure she connects you with the companies that are going to be aligned with what you're looking for.
And this really helps the veterans who are coming back, because sometimes we know that when the veterans come back, they feel stagnant, and they're not and they're not contributing to their community anymore.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I made the mistake of when I got out in 2008, I didn't do a whole lot of practicing. I didn't do a whole lot of job searching, and I came back, got out of the military, went home, and thought, wow, I really should have done a better job of preparing for the civilian workforce. So I like to tell these veterans nowadays, don't do what Adam did. Make sure you have a little bit of a plan. Make sure you know what your interests lie. And when you come back, don't feel like you have to really go above and beyond to try to figure out what you want to do. There's a lot of resources out there that we offer that'll help you align with what you're looking to move forward with and how we can help you get there.
Okay, so if you're listening in Ocala, it's probably a 2-hour drive, so you better leave now because it's only happening till 3. If you're listening the further south you are, obviously, the more time you're going to have. So what do you do? Can you give us, let's say I have the address, 8240 Exchange Drive. What is the a landmark, something we might be familiar with that's near there?
It's very similar. I mean, I've run this event a handful of times in the past. It's very similar to an access road. It's kind of near the airport. There's a lake right next to the building at Heaven Event Center. It's a beautiful setup. We have tons of road flags and road signs near our parking lot there. And I know that from experience that if you plug that into your phone, it'll pretty much take you right to the front driveway there, and you'll be able to get parked and get in there. Okay, well, that's good to know. I depend on my little GPS every day now, seems like. All right, so 8240 Exchange Drive, Orlando. That's what you want to put into your GPS if you're looking for it. Let me repeat it, 8240 Exchange Drive, Orlando. And the website is recruitmilitary.com, right? Correct. And if you get there, you'll find our events tab. Once you click on the events tab, it'll show you a list of events. I believe we have 3 today, but you'll just want to click on Orlando, and you'll find all the information you need regarding the event, how to get there, and what to bring. And if some of our military would like a specific job, but they need a little bit of training, is that offered also? Yeah, a lot of these companies are, they're offering a lot of training now. It's a candidate market. As you know, veteran unemployment's down to 2.7, 2.9%, which is the lowest it's ever been. But corporate America still wants to hire veterans. So there's fewer veterans out there for them to fill these jobs. So they're offering more incentives to get veterans in the door. They're having to work a little bit harder instead of just sitting back and waiting for veterans to come to them. They're actually having to go out there and find them. So it's a candidate market. It's definitely a veteran candidate market. These companies are offering training. There's some educators on site there if you want to use your GI Bill like I did when I got home. And I mean, everybody from Cintas to Lockheed Martin, Oracle, Orlando Utilities Commission, Universal Studios, Waste Management. A lot of big names are there today, and they're all actively looking for military veteran talent. So going down there, the biggest thing is just to remember, have a conversation. This is how you bridge the gap between what you did in the military and the civilian workforce. As you mentioned earlier, sometimes you get home and you think, where do I start? or I don't really know the terminology in the civilian sector, so I'm not exactly confident to go talk to them. The biggest thing is this event is here to bridge that gap. These companies are there to talk to you. They want to hear what you did in the military, and they want to hear how they can bring you in.
And this is so great emotionally for the veterans, because then they find out that their family life is a lot better when they can be the provider.
Exactly, and this job fair and all our resources are open to spouses as well. We recognize that your spouse is in the military, you're in the military. So all these solutions are available for them. So even if you're a military spouse and you just moved to Orlando and you're thinking, wow, I'd really like to see what's out there, come down. This event's for you as well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
As I mentioned in the beginning, we have a veterans show on this radio station every Thursday. They were on earlier today. What I think I will serve them well is if I give them your information, your recruitmilitary.com website. Just give them that, and they'll know something. Maybe they know about it. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I think it'll be really helpful for what they do. Adam, thank you for your service. Again, thank you for taking time to talk to us today. Good luck in life. Thank you for being with us. It's an honor.
And for your service.
No, very much. Appreciate your time today, and thank you for helping us get the word out.
You're welcome. All right, we'll be right back.
Freddy's Specialty Sundays. Classic American treats.